Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sama. I'm Derek Mazzoni, your host. We're based in Seattle, and we showcase music from all over the world, specifically music that has a bit of history and an intention to make the world better and people's lives better. Today, I've got a band I've been a fan of for quite a while. They got together in 2013. They're based in Estonia, and they're known as Trat Attack. They've been combining traditional music with a lot of great energy and pop. The way they're calling their work is by bringing traditional music and long vanished village voices to big stages.
Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armasta mind armsamini enesest. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armasta mind armsamini enesest. Armasta mind armsamini enesest, armsamini emast, isast, päikesest ja kuust. Armasta mind armsamini enesest.
Trat Attack. Did I tell you? Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Just warm. Nice. Makes me want to visit Tallinn. So, it's summer, so we've got the band here. I want to introduce you to Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
And I want to introduce you to Sandra and Jalmar. Jalmar, I'm pronouncing your name
Oh,
right.
yes,
Hello.
Awesome. How is life?
life's good.
Glad to hear.
uh, yeah, we have a very nice evening here in Estonia. We had a kind of a busy day. We had a band rehearsal,
Okay.
and we did some new music, and we are working on our next album. But also kind of getting into the autumn period. We had a lot of gigs during the summer in Estonia, and yeah, played a lot.
So I'm not hearing much of that from many people. So you actually are playing. People are going out. They're enjoying your music. What's the secret? Everybody in the
Well,
world wants to know.
the secret is that Estonia is very small. We have only like 1.2 or 1.3 million people living here. So in that way, statistically, it's maybe easier to, count everyone in that sense. But yeah, at the same time, we don't have many festivals where there's like 100,000 people like there was in Chicago or somewhere,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
big festivals.
Lollapalooza
So
and
we don't have stuff like that. That happens like once in 4 years, maybe.
okay. Tell me about that song. Tell me about that video. It's lovely. I was just like, oh man, I wanted to hang out there. I wanted to be invited and eat some cake and enjoy the warmth and enjoy this beautiful music. So, what's up with that? That's lovely. And two, what was the song about?
That was actually it was the release of that song, which is a love song, and we decided when we released our last album that we tried to do this specially when events with each single. So we did the first one. It was in the like a small club in Tallinn, in the capital. The second one was in a big show actually at the Music Awards, and we thought that this song needs something really intimate and something really warm. So that's why we had this fireplace, and it was actually just a few hundred meters from where we are with Jalmar now. We are in Tartu, in middle of Estonia, which is university city.
Hmm.
And it was on the river. We have river here, and it was a boat actually.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It
I don't
is a
know if we
boat.
have
Yeah.
It is a boat,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is
It's
still
still a boat.
it's still a boat after this party.
Okay.
And so we invited our closest friends and closest fans there, and we presented this song. I think it was like 2 weeks before it was actually released, or even a month before.
Yeah.
It was quite
Yeah.
early, yeah. And normally we don't do love songs, but since we found these lyrics from 1930s, these really special lyrics, it was actually a love spell. Then we decided that we need to do one love song. So it's talking about love, and if you translate the lyrics, it's love me more than you love yourself, love me more than you love your mother, your father, moon, and the sun. And that's
Wow.
all. There's just
Yeah.
2 lines.
Really?
And that's how actually people believed old days. Like if you sing this song, then you can make some love happening to you, or somebody fall in
Ah,
love with you.
little
But
witchcraft.
yes, but we removed one word, because we don't. If we perform it in front of thousands of people, we don't want them all to fall in love with us.
This song was actually almost meant to be out of our album, our last album, because we had this secret voting that which songs are going on the CD and which are not, and this was almost out of the CD, but there was a fourth guy, if you noticed, like a tall guy in the video, and he's called Vaiko Eplik, like a very beloved and very good singer and songwriter in Estonia. He noticed that Trad Attack did something different. He usually he can do it all, but he noticed that song during one festival and came to see and listen to that. And when we were in the very last leg of our CD production, then we sent this song to him as well to just give it a listen, and he was like I need to add something, and that's why he came on board, and he made also so good harmonies with the voice and stuff, and also he as a like a singer songwriter and well-known musician, he made this song even better. And the result of that was that this song was actually chosen to be the best song of the year in Estonia.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're actually presenting music which is your heritage, and you created a career out of it. Sometimes that's just like a boutique project, we call it here, a little side project. But you've actually made it a thing. You have fans, you have a festival, you've been touring with this every country in the world. And that's a pretty interesting thing, where you're taking this village music of Estonia, a country that most people are just discovering, and you're bringing it out. So tell me that story. How did that come about? And congratulations, by the way, for doing it.
Thank you. It sounded so good when you talked about it.
Yeah.
We used to study in the folk music department in the academy, and Tõnu studied in the jazz music, and we were always forced,
Yeah.
or we also liked it, but we were forced to listen to those recordings and to try to play like the old people played or sing like the old people sang. And when we started Trad-Attack, the idea was actually to make an instrumental party band, because all the other Scandinavian countries here, Sweden, Finland, Norway, they had really cool bands who were just playing instrumental music and people danced and so on. So we saw these bands when we were young. We saw them at Viljandi Folk Music Festival. And we thought in one moment that, okay, we have to do this party band and play only once a year on the festival, big concert, get drunk on the stage, smoke on the stage, and so on. Really like a folk rock and roll band. I knew before one really cool recording, and I said, okay, let's rap a little bit, let's not sing, but just rap a little bit. We did it, and it sounded so bad. It sounded so bad. And we said to the sound engineer that maybe you should try to add the real recording, the archive recording, on top of our music. And he did that, and it worked. So we decided to release it, and it was like one of our friends at the radio said, it was like a
hammer of folk music
Yes.
breaking into Estonian music scene. You never heard it before. Everybody, this is Trad-Attack Koreke.
Anyway, yeah, it was. We got really good feedback with the
Yeah.
first song, so we decided, but why not? Why not to continue with that? Why do we only have to learn from the old, and why do we have to imitate them? Maybe we can also bring them, include and bring them on the stage with us, because we have all this modern technology, all these loopers, all these computers, and so on.
I want to play this video of a festival you guys put together, which is really interesting, that you could actually make this happen. Kudos to you for putting that in and making that work. What's the magic? How'd you put that together? How did you wrangle everybody to help you do that?
The first magic is that you have to attend a lot of festivals at first in different countries, and then note down the best parts of every festival and then put them all together. And also you gotta have at least one parent that has a place where you can do a festival like we have.
Peace. Be well.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.